right, so now we're going to move on to her feet, and you can see that she has quite a bit of hair on her feet. So I always like to trim their feet with their foot on the ground most of the time. I think that's how you get the best shape. And the other thing when trimming feet that a lot of people don't realize they're doing is that they're holding the foot up where it's comfortable for them to groom the foot, which often makes the dog very uncomfortable, so they fight you. So you need to be the uncomfortable one and be holding the foot as close to where your dog's foot would be as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out the underside of her foot. Now, some people would shave this out. I'm not one of those people. I like to just scissor it with my straight scissors, even with the pad on the bottom of the foot. Now, you know, if it was really muddy out, you could go in there a little bit more with your scissors and clean out a little bit more of that hair. But I think the dogs really like to have that cushioning. So I like to go like this. I also want to clear off all the hair at the back of this stop pad right here. And then the other area that I think that people make a mistake on is I don't want you to cut all the hair straight off all the way up to the stop pad. I want this to blend in. So we're going to trim some of this with our thinning shears when we're done. But first of all, so now that I've trimmed off the bottom, now I like to just go all the way around the dog's foot, like following the pad of the foot. So I'm just going to take off this slipper at the very front and go down the side. So basically I'm just taking my straight scissors and following the pad of the foot. When I get to these front toes, I like to push the pad back, and then that way it allows me to get around those toenails. And then once I kind of have the general shape done, that's when I put the foot back on the floor, and I just try to create the shape. I know, it's so terrible. Create the shape that I need by going around her foot. Now, a lot of people like to brush all the hair up and then thinning shear this off. Again, unless they have super hairy feet, I'm gonna brush this up. Then I kind of give the leg a shape, like how the dog's foot would land if it was running or trotting in the ring. And then I'm gonna take my thinning shears, and I never go against the grain on a foot. I always think you get a better shape by going with the grain. So I'm just gonna take off that bulky hair off the top of her foot, going with the grain of the hair with my thinning shears now, not the straight scissors, and just really giving her that look, really pretty foot. And again, if your dog was really flat-footed, you could leave a lot more hair on the top of the foot. If your dog had a very wide foot, you could really sculpt the sides. I don't really like to expose the toenails. I just don't like that look. There are people that will trim a foot and go all the way around each toenail, exposing the entire toenail. I'm just not a fan of that look, but you can do that. You know, I'll trim the hairs that are errant around the toenail, but I don't deliberately trim to show off the entire toenail. So, and now we're just going to do the same thing to the other foot. Again, just clearing off all the hair underneath the foot first. And then going around the pad of the foot. And again, I'm not holding the foot up so it's comfortable for me. I'm just holding it enough off the ground to get it trimmed. Same thing, we're going to brush this hair up. And then just going to give it a little shake, put it down like as if she was trotting in the ring. And now we're going to take our thinning shears and go in the direction that the coat grows, just to really fill in that foot and show off, like, you know, she does have a beautiful shape to her foot. Okay, so now to kind of finish some of this trimming on the front. Some of this hair here is still just sticking out a little bit too much. So we want to keep kind of stripping and pulling the hair off the side of this leg. So we want to keep as much of the length as possible, but we don't want that bulk of the hair coming out the side. And then once we put her foot down, I just like to tidy this up with my thinning shears. So I'm just going to take my thinning shears and make this look neat and tidy. There's this big one. And then again, where we want to show off, here's her withers, here's her pointed shoulder. We don't want all of this hair right in here because that really just kind of makes her look straighter fronted than we is. We want to show off that nice return of upper leg. So I'm going to clear all of her bib hair out of the way. Make sure that she's standing nice and four square and right up and over her front. And then I just want to go in here with my thinning shears and show that really pretty layback shoulder that she does have. Again, and even here you can see she has a bit of extra hair on the front of this front leg. That's just making, like, if you look at this hair on the front of her leg, it's making her leg look like it's here, making her look like her front is set forward instead of where the leg actually is. So this is what we talk about when we talk about, you know, sometimes our grooming makes our dogs not even look as good as they really are. So you have to think about, you know, yes, obviously a Sheltie should grow hair there because they're supposed to be going through the briar and the bramble, but, you know, they're show dogs and we need to show what our dog actually physically possesses to the judge in 40 seconds, right? So you can see that that's already just showing off that angulation in her front.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching today's video. Please leave us a comment below, let us know what you thought, and as well, if you have any ideas for future content that you'd like to see, you can put them down there as well. You can head over to leadingedgedogshow.com where you can find our free, premium, and subscription content, and we'd love to have you join us there. As well, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications, that way you never miss another free video tutorial. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.